So what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be talking about an entirely different type of deck. Well, I say entirely different. I feel like most other content creators have taken a shot at this at some point, but I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. So we're going to be playing with artifact creatures today, or constructs for the most part. Robots, as some people like to call them. And I don't know how it's going to go. We'll see. But let's take a look at the deck, and y'all can tell me. Now, we'll say up front, several versions of this deck do play a companion in Umari. I'm choosing not to. But I'll also say this, hang around to the end of the video because after we play some games, we generally let people know and have a little conversation about what cards we would change or what we would do to the deck, so you can kind of update it to be a little better than wherever I'm at now. This is kind of always like version 1, if you want to call it that. But anyway, we're going with a full set of Ginger Brutes, because why not? You know, it can sneak through, it's hasty, it's 1 mana. Playing a couple of Shadow Spears, 3 OZOLITHs. That might be too many. We might be able to get away with just 2, but we're going to start with 3. Playing 4 Stonecoil Serpents, one of the best cards in the deck. 4 Steel Overseer, because that makes perfect sense. 4 All That Glitters. 2 Glass Caskets. We're actually playing 3 Lurrus, not as a companion because we have some things that cost more than 2, but the ability to replay All That Glitters, get back an OZOLITH, maybe get back a Shadow Spear. If a Stonecoil dies earlier in the game, you can play it for 6 or 7 later in the match. So there's a lot of things going on that it could allow us to do. Mecha Godzilla, because why not? It's an artifact creature and it gets a lot of tokens, which works great with OZOLITH. We're playing Shambling Suit just to try to have a big attacking creature. We'll see how that goes. Banishing Lights for 2 copies. Thought about going 3. We'll see if it just holds at 2. Playing a couple of copies of Mystic Forge. We're going to see how this works out. I'm not totally sure yet. Then lands, we're trying to be a little creative here. It might get us in trouble, but we're playing 1 Castle Ardenvale, 16 planes, 2 copies of Bonder's Enclave because it's a way to draw cards. Karn's Bastion, Proliferate. We're just playing 1. I don't expect to use it that often, but we're putting it in as a test. And then a couple of Mobilized Districts, just in case the opponent sweeps the board or something. It's another creature we can fight with. Plus, if all those creatures die and there's counters on the OZOLITH, the thing you get to attack with, and Mobilized District will get to steal those counters. So that's it for now. We're going to play some best of 1, unranked. Also, while I'm thinking about it, remember to like this video and to subscribe to the channel, because if you haven't, I have to ask you why. But yeah, go ahead and do that, hit the bell, and we'll go get into some games. Okay, here we go. We get to play against Schla MP3. Such interesting names sometimes. We do get to go first, which is pretty nice. I think the question really here is, do we want to lead with the Ginger Brute or a Stonecoil Serpent? I am going to say Stonecoil Serpent since it tramples, but we have no idea what we're up against, so we're kind of doing this blind. And in those cases, I'll admit, it's probably better to just lead with a Ginger Brute, but until we know, my opponent's being polite, saying hello, I'll say hello back, why not? Because that's always fun. My opponent plays a white one else, they're playing a cycling deck. Amusing, I wonder if they're playing this. I always find that a compliment whenever I find people playing stuff I've created. Alright, well, let's see if you can race them. We're at least a 3-3, so those decks don't have a lot of ways, main deck, to remove this, because they're either fighting or... Oh no, this is not at all. What is this? What's going on? That's interesting. Let's just play all of this out right here. And then we're just going to attack with a big serpent. I could have suited up a Ginger Brute and attacked it with that as well. But the opponent just said, oops, I guess they thought they were going to get to block a 3-3 or a 4-4. No deal. Alright, Gideon.
Bless us in our righteous
How many counters
cause.
does Gideon have to get to remove something? He has lots of abilities. Should be playing Gideon in this place, actually. Now that I'm
I
thinking
will
about
lend
it.
you my strength.
That wouldn't hurt. No blocks. Alright, so he can exile up if he gets 6. Okay, well, we're just gonna not let 6 happen. This is pretty good for us. I think we go ahead and equip this little guy so he gets trample. And we're just gonna get in for a pile of damage. Yeah, the opponent has to block. Yeah, that's it. That was nice and quick. Alright, we get to play Kelgate. I need to turn this other light on. This is a little dark over here. Let me fix that up for y'all. Oh, that's bright. Alright, there we go. That's a little better. Opponent's going to get to go first here. So let's see what they're up to. We don't want to keep the... Well, Man, if we were on the play, I'd like this a lot more. These are all reasonable. Yeah, we'll just keep it. I mean, we know we're up against Garuga, but not a lot we can do. We're almost going to be hoping that this gets flying or something. Or maybe we draw one of the 1-drops. I said Garuga. I guess I meant Garuga. Sorry about that. There is a difference. Whereas Garuda decks are just trying to race up to 6 mana. Garuga decks aren't playing anything till turn 3. Good news is these lands don't come into play tapped, which I like, which is one of the reasons they're in this list. But let's go ahead and attack the Stonecoil Serpent, see what the opponent does for that. I think they're just going to play Growth Spiral. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so there's a chance we're going to be staring at Gerudo on turn 4, potentially. If so, we're kind of just done here. Didn't have much of a start. Don't have then all that glitters. Don't even have one of our removal cards in hand. So, kind of in bad shape, really. But who knows? Maybe they just all have a bunch of mana and we can get there. Well, they tap double blue, so unless they're playing a mana creature here, we have at least one more turn. Oh boy. Oh, never mind. If they have a land in hand, we're going to be in trouble. Ooh boy. What do we do with this? I think we just play this here. I don't know, maybe we're hoping for a Death Touch token or something. I don't know really what we're aiming for, but hopefully they don't have a land, a mana source. I feel if they had it, they would have insta-played it, right? Not that that's hugely different for us, really. Alright, they didn't have it, so we got a turn at least. Come on, Mega Godzilla. You got Trample. Maybe you can get Flying or Death Touch or something. That's what we really want. Ooh, that's not great. Not great. I mean, we could make Gingerbread unblockable. We can play this, and then next turn it could technically be big enough to fight something. So that's not the worst thing. Let's attack. We got Hexproof. Alright. Getting us closer. Let's go ahead and attack with both of these. See what the opponent thinks. I mean, they may not want to block. I don't know. Maybe they do. Alright, we're just going to go straight up to 4. So we can at least get some creatures big enough that can block here. Or attack next turn. The other thing, too, is by doing this, we can get a big Stonecoil Serpent. Then next turn, we can play a Gingerbrute that's basically 2 unblockable damage. And set ourselves up a little bit. So if they do get their 6/6s, we have creatures that are big enough to fight their 6/6s one-on-one. Plus, we have creatures that so that worked out pretty well. They just missed their 6 mana. so we'll take it. I have to admit, I wasn't giving this deck this much credit. I wouldn't imagine it to be this consistent, so I think I've been getting a little bit lucky, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And the games are finishing surprisingly quick. A Urion, okay, that's gonna be a little different. Or Urion, or Urian, however you choose to say it. I guess it's technically an O, so it's probably Yori, but let's see what happens here. This probably dies here, but that's okay. Even with 80 cards, those decks seem to consistently have what they need against us. Yeah, I've not had good luck against those decks. But this deck also, I believe, isn't built to survive that, because we just don't have tons of quality creatures that stand on their own, really. But we're going to see what we can do with this.
I am just the
diving again with Narset. Alright, I guess their plan is just keep everything off the board that they can, which, you know, isn't the worst plan. I think we're just going to play a Lyric. Can't equip, so sure, we'll pass. Alright, there's no 1-for-1. We're actually kind of okay with this plan, right? If the opponent's just 1-for-1-ing, and that's their goal, then we'll take it. We'll pay a life to get rid of the land. Sure, we'll play that. We don't draw extra cards, so Narset can kind of just hang out for now. Unfortunately, we have cards like Glass Casket that I have a feeling are not great in this matchup unless the opponent, for some reason, plays like, oh, I don't know, maybe Charming Prince is the only thing I can think of that we might be able to get with it. Oh, so many Ginger Boots. I mean, I almost feel like we should just play them to play them and get some damage in, knowing the opponent's going to sweep the board next turn, but... And it gets us a card deeper to something we might want. But next turn we can play Luris. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we wouldn't be able to get. Okay, so we need to draw. Well, we can maybe get to a land. I don't know. There are a lot of things in play here. The good news is we're not worried about drawing with the Mystic Force. Playing lands. This only removes creatures, so it doesn't do much else for us. They can activate their... Oh man, if they want to do. Nope, they're cycling for a whole 1. Fair. I mean, there's a chance they're just gonna wipe the board, but maybe not. Alright, so bringing Orion in. Reset their Narset, which might be...
I have reached my limit.
Alright, well, we need to find a Banishing Light. That's what we need right now.
Past, present, and future are bound by threads of time.
You're lucky for us. We have more things. Could we get lucky and get a 1-1 on that? That would be cool. You know what? I'm just gonna play that. Pass. Nope, we didn't get it. We got Trample. It is pretty random what you get from Little Godzilla. So I say little, it's Mega Godzilla, but they got another board keeper. Okay. Well, that's not good. And they're gonna get a bonus. Wish we would have had a OZOLITH during all this. That would have been really good. Oh man, I was hoping taking that extra land would open the door for us to do a couple of things. But that didn't work out right. So let's go ahead and pay a life. Since we have the option. Okay, well that could work. Spear up. Back. Much do I want to attack the opponent? I mean, I think this is what we want to do to keep them from searching for an additional thing. They already have a fistful of cards. It may not even matter. That could have been the total wrong thing to do here. Who knows? Alright, sure. Omen of Fire. Or Omen of the Forge. Why did they take the damage there? That's very suspicious, if we're being honest. Maybe they want to counter it with a big shark? Just to neutralize. Alright, I'm not sure what their win condition is here. I kind of want OZOLITH, so don't want to get rid of that. Hopefully we'll expended a bunch of their sweepers pretty quick here. Alright, they're searching again. Good news is we forced them to get rid of Yorion, so we don't have to worry about having something with flying or finding our Banishing Light to deal with it, so that's pretty nice.
Sorry I'm late. Let's try this.
Seems fair, I guess. Let me put that in play. Why can't you remove Planeswalkers? That would have made everybody happy if we could have removed this fairy. That would have been pretty nice. But we can't. So I'm wondering if we can just put this on here. No, we just equip. At least this way we'll get a card if they decide to use their Shatter the Sky. I mean, I guess their goal is just kill us with the Dream Trawler. I mean, I would assume
might be a bad idea.
We don't know that to be a fact here. So Elspeth Conqueror. Okay, well that's a problem. Stonecoil Serpent. You at least can't be Teferied, so that's a thing. Alright, so we're gonna have to try to be creative here. Do this for 4, so we at least get a card when they sweep the board. Ugh, had a spell counter. So many spell counters. No win condition, apparently, but okay. I mean, they can get back another Narset, I guess. It's annoying. Oh no, it's the same Narset. So they don't even have anything in the yard to get back. Okay. Fair. We have a Banishing Light. I'm just not sure what I want to do with it next turn. Kind of a weird thing. Have a Banishing Light with no purpose. Oh, they left both on top. That's got to be a kill card, right?
That's more like it.
Ugh. Well, let's take a look at that other card. Yep, definitely not what we want. Yeah, this is not great for us. Yeah, I guess we'll remove Teferi. Seems like the most reasonable thing. I mean, 'cause there's really nothing to get back. Alright, sure. Keep your Teferi there. What's weird is like, oh, dang. Well, I guess it didn't matter. They were gonna get us anyway. All right. Yeah, we unfortunately didn't do enough there, really. Sure, we'll keep this. OZOLITH down. Also, Sebastian. That's cool that you just got such a very simple name. Always impressive. Alright, well the bad news here is the one creature we have is probably not going to live here. But we gotta run it out there anyway. Ideal situation would probably be to draw a mage here. Alright, well we failed on that front. Guess we just do this. That's irrelevant. Do they have the kill card? Alright, well we won't block. We're not knights and whatnot abound, so we can't really walk into that. Light up the stage, fair enough. Makes sense. That's the one, having some main deck lava coils. Good news is if we can get an artifact creature down next turn that's 2 or less, I mean we could hit that with an all that glitters and have like a 5/5. Yeah, or we can just not get anything. That's fine too, Dad. Nothing in the yard to play because, you know, that guy got exiled. I mean, they're playing a red deck. We gotta have some amount of burn here, right? No, they don't, because they didn't come with the fervent champ. That changes everything. All right, let's go for it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lurith into red deck, all juiced up, has a 7 power. What do we get there? We got that would have been sweet if we got lifelink on top of all that. Yeah, I don't know how the opponent's even gonna race this. We're gonna have the minimum 2-for-1 to kill him. Like, they're gonna have to play like a giant double or triple block. It's gonna be their only way out here. Yeah, and they also don't know what this thing's gonna end up getting. Yep, that's it. Wow, that went better than anticipated. Well, just hell. All right then. If they're not playing black cards and red cards and not on brand, this can be super. They're not. Let's see. That's so disappointing. You're gonna walk around with a name like hell. You gotta commit. I mean, that'd be like me being called PowrDragn and never playing aggro decks. You know, that just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. We're like CGB, Covert Go Blue. Like never playing blue in a deck, right? That would be crazy. Okay, yeah, we'll keep this. I don't know really what I'm expecting to happen with it, but you know, we'll see. Moral Grazer, all right. That's a beast. That counts. I hope they're. Honestly, I'm pulling from our opponent in this match because I would love to see some other good Kahira decks because it's on my radar to build a new one. Chronogon. Definitely gonna have to remove the Chronogon. That messes up our plans for the turn. I mean, good main deck call though. I would still play it if I were you. Matter of fact, I think the Umari rule deck that I have on it is now. Oh, they're straight up playing Kahira. They're like, F it, we're just gonna attack. How you like that, Stone Coil? Okay, here's the winner. Well, we do have protection from Kahira, so that's a thing. Although Kahira is not gold, Kahira is both green and white. Everywhere doesn't have haste, so that's kind of nice. Although it looks like we can jump on pretty quick. Get a +1, Godzilla. Why do you never get the +1? You did get Hexproof though, and Death Touch. We do like that. We do like that. Alright, we'll pass. So they're going heavy on the elemental part with the Cavaliers with here. Alright, that's pretty cool. I can respect that. They even have a Bond Escape. So that's a pretty good look. I like it. What do they have in the yard? No lands? Just another Cavalier? Sure. I'm down. Let's see if they draw a card. Oh, they're Ember Cleaving. That's unfortunate. Alright, well the only thing we can draw then is Oblivion Ring. We do have them. Without it, we're just dead. Nope, we're just dead. Well done, opponent. Okay, Tony 21. Let's see how this is gonna go. We get to go first, so cool. Let's Ginger Brood it up. Actually, yeah, let's Ginger Brood. Mostly because I'd like to have a larger Stone Coil Serpent if possible, even though we're planning on putting the... Oh, well. It does change things a little bit. I think we want to just remove everything as we go along. Because the bigger Stone Coil we can get to stick, and then we get nice glitters on it, that could just end things. Alright, stop over this, sure. Alright, here we're just gonna play this for 3. Hope they're not playing Dragonfire. I mean, because if they have something like Lava Coil, they were gonna get the Serpent anyway. Because I wasn't gonna wait till turn 5, I know that. I mean, I guess they attack, see if I block. Not interested in blocking. Nope, they're just gonna throw the team out. Okay. That's not the way I thought that was gonna go. And we'll get in there for 7. I mean, we're not even terribly incentivized to block anything next turn. That's one more point we don't get. Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out how they're going to kill this thing. We're not blocking. Feel free to Ember Cleave, my friend. I mean, even if they had a Torbrand, we probably wouldn't have cared that much. Light up the stage, alright. Not sure what they're aiming for. Tybalt's a little bit sad for us if we found a way to gain life, but we're not there, obviously. Ooh. Well, I kinda wanted to Vanishing Light something, but I kinda want to play Alluris too. Let's let's see, they 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Embercleave is 8. 9, 10, 11. We'd be at 13. So yeah, they'd have to remove multiple things. We'll just attack with just Stonecoil. Because they can't deal with that next turn, the game's over. And they're in a weird situation. I mean, I don't know. They could PowrDragn here, but if you PowrDragn, you can't kill our stuff, and we can block some things. And we can still sack Gingerbrute for 3 life, because he's made of gingerbread, and he happens to be food. I don't know why I said that so happily, that I'm going to eat a gingerbread guy, but there you go. It is what it is. I did it. I'm going to own it. Yeah, I don't think opponent really has an out here, because even if they spend all that mana to play Tybalt, they have no real way to kill us. Sure. I mean, we'll just block the 2 big ones. Actually, not true. I'll just block the Spitter and block a Robber of the Ridge. Alright, well, I won't be blocking Robber of the Ridge. Ain't like that. Not with that. Not with that attitude. Let's see. 2, 3. Let's assume they just have Embercleave. So it'd be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I mean, that's the worst thing they could do. So sure. We have to block, and if we were worried about it, we can just sack Gingerbrute. So we have 15 life protected. Alright, there's an Embercleave. Sure. GG's. All right. So yeah, the deck's neat. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, would I play it more? Would I play it in ranked? Like, maybe. I think it needs to play Manifold Key a couple of copies. I think it was neat having the Mystic Forge in play. I don't know how helpful it was. I mean, I guess it was okay. It kept me from stalling too much when I got to lands I didn't want. Unfortunately, even though we're playing multiple copies, we didn't get any of the new lands in play, so I didn't get to draw cards off those, but I think I would still leave them in. We did make use of the other land. Well, that's not true. Karn's Bastion didn't come into play. We just got to use the other one. Yeah, I would probably find room for at least 2 manifolds, because I think that's kind of where we were in the last couple of games. That if things stalled out, if you don't have a snake with a large amount of counters or an all that glitters to be able to trample, you really do need a way to just get a creature through sometimes. You know, you get to where you have maybe Mecha Godzilla all done up, but not a way to punch it through. So that's something I would look at. So yeah, maybe just a couple of copies of Manifold Key. Not sure what else. I mean, it's arguable. You know, as much as we like playing the glass caskets, maybe they should all just be banishing lights, so we can just hit whatever we want with them. Because there is a point where your creatures get big enough, and the stuff that's ground level with you, you don't really care about. So just having more ways to get rid of, I don't know, planeswalkers or anything like that, I think is going to be really in our best interest playing this deck. So yeah, I'd say give it a look. It's totally different than the other decks we've been playing, and it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit weird trying to keep track of like what counters and pluses and minuses and everything else your cards have, but otherwise it was fun. So yeah, if you like that style of deck, give it a go. You almost never have mana issues, so that's cool. Yeah, and remember, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications anytime I have new videos up. And also leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this, like, or other cards I may not be considering that actually work pretty well in here. I love seeing the comments, and when people have suggestions, you never know. Sometimes I'll build a new version and update it, and I'll put those in there. So, you know, maybe we can get you a shout out. But that's all we have for now. We'll see you next time.